Naturally, we'll be getting the cutting-edge generation of the Guardians, even though except Chris Hemsworth's Thor. That capacity: Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, Star-Lord, Dave Bautista as Drax, Karen Gillan as Nebula, Pom Klementieff as Mantis, Vin Diesel as the voice of Groot, and Bradley Cooper as the voice of Rocket. Sean Gunn will additionally return, each as the action stand-in for Rocket and additionally as Kraglin, the Ravager crew member who is arguably a member of the Guardians. James Gunn joked that he is a member, however he doesn't get to vote on things. Zoe Saldana will return as Gamora, or, extra specifically, the Gamora variant delivered in Avengers: Endgame. As the authentic model of the personality used to be killed in Avengers: Infinity War by Thanos, this time displaced Gamora, who existed simply prior to the Guardians' formation, is stranded in the fundamental MCU timeline. Other than a connection to Nebula, she has no pastime in the relaxation of the group and is off on her own. Sylvester Stallone will return as Stakar Ogord, a Ravager chief who ended the final film with the aid of reuniting with the leaders from different Ravager factions. The cameos protected Miley Cyrus, Ving Rhames, and Michelle Yeoh, however there is no phrase on if any of them will be returning. Speaking of cliffhangers from the remaining movies mid-credits, Elizabeth Debicki will return as Sovereign Queen Aisha. That leads to our subsequent entry: as it stands proper now, the one most important personality we understand to be newly delivered in the new movie is Adam Warlock, performed by Black Mirror star Will Poulter. As the Sovereign have been many times humiliated via the Guardians of the Galaxy and wasted untold sources in their quest for revenge, Aisha has one ultimate graft to make matters right. She has created an remaining being who will crush the Guardians, referring to him as Adam. In the comics, Adam Warlock, otherwise regarded as him, was once a introduction of Jack Kirby and Stan Lee in the pages of Fantastic Four number 66. An artificially created being, Adam is something of a pass between Space Jesus and David Bowie. Normally, he's handled as being the protagonist of Marvel's cosmic stuff and spends a lot of time as Thanos' frenemy. Borat 2 breakout Maria Bakalova additionally has a mysterious role in the film, as has Gunn's The Suicide Squad star Daniela Melchior, who performed Ratcatcher 2. While there is no respectable confirmation, Arrow's factor to the massive villain as being Chukwudi Iwuji enjoying the function of the High Evolutionary. Some pretty latest set pics exhibit a range of half-man, half-animals, as properly as graffiti that resembles the High Evolutionary from the comics. Another Kirby Lee creation, the High Evolutionary used to be delivered in Mighty Thor number 134 returned in 1966. He is a greater cosmic and armored take on Dr. Moreau, committed to his radical experiments that pressure evolution onto others. He additionally has ties to Adam Warlock, and thinking about how the Sovereign are supposed to be perfected by means of evolution, it wouldn't be stunning to discover out that the High Evolutionary had a hand in their society. Unfortunately, there's little to go on when it comes to concrete small print on the typical plot of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Of course, there would have to be some try for Star-Lord and his crew to reconnect with the Gamora variant and win her over all over again. That's the one element you can guess on, as there will now not be any different cliffhangers constructing in the direction of the crew returning in but any other installment. This will be the Guardians' remaining hurrah. At least, it will be this incarnation of the Guardians' remaining hurrah. James Gunn has counseled that there ought to very properly be greater Guardians of the Galaxy stories, however it will no longer be with this roster. Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket, and the relaxation will get their narrative closure in this movie. Even Dave Bautista has long gone on document to Kingdom that this will be the closing time we get to see him in the function of Drax, as he's drawing close his mid-50s and his personality is continuously shirtless. "I'm waiting for the entirety to begin sagging any second now," Bautista joked.